Nuggets.
But you know who is tired of it? Me.
You're tired of it?
Tired of
Sick of it?
Tired of this.
Sick of it. What is, everybody? Welcome to the Losers Lounge. Presented by Bet365. Download the Bet365 app and use the code DNVR365 when you sign up. Choose your offer and find out why, whatever the moment. It's never ordinary at Bet365. I hit my bet tonight.
Me too.
What was my bet? I already forgot. Oh, DeAndre Jordan, 2.5 rebounds, first quarter. Boom. We're also in the Toyota Losers Lounge, driven by your Front Range Toyota stores. Toyota, the official vehicle of DNVR. Man, Nuggets fall to the Bulls. I thought they were going to get this one. I thought it could go either way going into the game, but then when the way it played out, going into that fourth, I was like, they're going to win. I was wrong. We're going to have to break down everything that happened. Some good stuff. PWat had himself a night. There's some good stuff here. There's some not so good stuff. Superstar Dev is in the Losers Lounge.
Welcome to the Moral Victory Lounge.
Gosh darn it. I personally have not been in the Winners Lounge in a long time. It is hurting my soul, my energy, my heart, my life. It's ruining my relationship. Everything is horrible.
Everything's terrible right now, man. Everything. We just gotta wait for Yoke to get back. Sitting next to me, Eric Weedham, but his parents named him D-Line.
I know, man. What foresight on this, too. You know what I mean? They were like, I wonder if they'll have a niche Denver clothing business someday.
Yeah.
And name this boy
that
D-Line.
will then be mistaken for his name.
Yeah. Yeah, that sucked. I'm tired of this nonsense. What are we doing?
Oh my God! Now we're dropping our phones.
I don't even care anymore. Dude.
Another L. We're just dropping them all over the place,
dude.
You know what happened to us tonight? We got Coby whited.
Oh man,
we got Coby beefed.
Yeah, they dominated us. Let's go to a fast breakdown so we can relive our misery here. First note, solid start.
Hey,
solid start. It's because honestly, this game didn't lend itself to great notes. PWat making some plays, Nuggets grab an early lead, and then Michael Malone, shorthanded Nuggets, no AG, no Jokic. This lineup went out there. Russell Westbrook, Jalen Pickett, Christian Brown, Zeke Naji, Vlatko Cancar. Russ looked around and was like, who? I'm not passing to anybody. You guys remember that stick?
Yeah.
He's like, I don't even know who to pass the ball to. But it was 35-27 Nuggets after one. Let's go. Then Bulls storm all the way back because that lineup only played for like 30 seconds and then it played the second quarter. Got murdered. Bulls all the way back. They tied it. There was two stretches in this game that really killed Denver. The start of the second, start of the fourth. That's where it all happened. I have noted here, PWat playing great. That continued all game. Nuggets had a lead but fumbled the close of this game. Remember, the Nuggets were up like 7 again.
Yes.
And then to close the half, it was just so sloppy, and it was 65-65. Go to the third quarter. Bulls open up a small lead. Murray started to get Denver back. He was trying to will him back. He had some big-time plays in that third quarter. But Josh Giddey, the first half is all Coby White, and the third quarter was Josh Giddey barreling his way to the basket, blowing by every Denver defender and blowing through every defender. And you're like, guys, it's Josh Giddey. You can't stop him? They could not. Thankfully, Peyton Watson was on fire, so it was 95-95 going into the fourth. How did the fourth begin? Well, I mentioned it was a bad run for us. 14-3 Bulls run. That was the game. That was such a sloppy stint. You were talking about that was the game. It was. That opening fourth quarter frame was the game.
Disgusting.
14-3. Nuggets did get into the bonus with 6 minutes to go, but because Denver was trying to claw back, you needed the Bulls to not make their threes from guys like Dalen Terry, Sticks, they're role players. But guess what? They made all of them.
Vooch.
They all made their threes in that part, man.
Dude, the NBA players can always make threes when they're open, just like Michael Porter. Oh.
Yeah. And trust me, they're open. They are open.
Well, so the Nuggets fall. 129. Man, it's like this was a 50-50 game, and yet the way it happened, I'm like, shouldn't have happened.
It should not have happened, dude.
I know. So the Nuggets drop. All right, let's go to our Red Hawk Roofing big takeaways, shall we? D-Line, start us off.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wait, usually it's dead. Well,
pole position.
Well, go.
You know what? It's not the person, it's the chair.
It's the chair.
Wow. I feel great.
In my mind, it goes this way. You know what I mean?
I didn't realize early on that Dev was here, and I hunkered down on this chair.
Is this
Dev,
where we lost?
by all rights, should be in this chair. Yes, that's why we lost. Dev, I'm sorry, man.
Great takeaway. Great takeaway. I thought you was never going to say
That
it.
was the big takeaway.
Well, we
you were never
usually,
gonna say it.
I mean, I'm comfortable on this side of Adam. You're whatever. My Red Hawk Roofing big takeaway is that, man, I need more from Michael Porter Jr. I need more from Michael Porter Jr. I need more from Michael Porter Jr. And I need less from Russell Westbrook. Those two players are in the wrong. We're getting the wrong amount from each of them. Michael Porter Jr. This should have been a game for him to absolutely shine. He did not shine. He rebounded. He did a couple things okay.
Got to the in the rim.
My guy's floating around out there, man. Like he's invisible in a game when you cannot be invisible. Like I'm just frustrated. Like a game like this, it's obviously it's late in the season. It doesn't really matter. All the right people lost tonight. But it does matter because the Nuggets are still trying to figure some things out. And like you just want to see the big guys on the payroll be the big guys on the floor when Nikola Jokic is out. And that's just not been the case.
No. And
so it sucks. It's really annoying to watch. It's really frustrating. And again, less Russell Westbrook. Chill the F out. Thank you.
It's a good one. The Michael Porter piece in particular, 1 of 10 from 3. In theory, a great shooter, but just too many, especially recently, man. He's been in a little bit of a funk here. 1 of 10 from 3 tonight, a minus 22 in a 10-point game.
Minus 22.
Only other guy close to that was, to your point, Russell Westbrook, minus 11. So you nailed it there.
Hey.
Superstar Dev.
My Red Hawk Roofing big takeaway in this one is I'm pretty scared for the Nuggets when it comes to the playoffs. And it's not because of what we've been seeing lately, but it's what we've seen for the entire year. This was another opportunity for me personally, second night of a back-to-back, like try to change up something. Slow it down, offensively so you're not giving up these big games. But in a game that you had no Aaron Gordon, no Jokic, you think about, like, what is it that you're going to, like, hang your hat on? What are you going to, like, play with? They allowed Coby White to go for 37 points. They allowed Josh Giddey to go for 26 points, 9 assists, 8 rebounds. Filled it up. Those are two guards. Those are guards. And you have defenders in Russell Westbrook. You have defender in Christian Brown and Peyton Watson, who are supposed to be stoppers or at least can, offer some resistance. There is zero resistance. And if Coby White and Josh Giddey are having those type of nights, just think about what the game plan is going to be in the playoffs when you have star guards that are going after them. If Vooch would have had a big game, I would have said, okay, they're missing their big guy down low. But for guards to have field days, that's pretty scary for me.
Yeah, we weren't missing our guards.
Just can't stop, guys. And Dev, as much as I agree with you, there's one area in particular that stands out. How is Josh Giddey scoring so much? How is he putting so much pressure? In transition. There were plays Denver would score on. They'd inbound the ball, and he would sprint right past whoever it was that was in front of him, get right to the rim, and get an and one or draw a foul. We said this in the pregame show. We knew the scouting report. Number 1 in fast break points. They had 31 of them tonight. More than their season average, and you knew that was the thing you had to stop. Yoke's not out there. You got to win the margins. This team likes to get out and run, stop the ball in transition. Denver gave up 31 fast break points tonight, man. And they give up 129. That's how you give up 129 to the 20th best offense. You let them do the one thing that they really, really like to do, which is get out and transition. And it sucks because some guys had some good nights tonight. I want to talk positively about Peyton Watson. I thought he had some good stuff, but the Denver defense collectively is second night of a back-to-back. I guess you can say that. They did travel last night to Denver.
Won every other second night of a back-to-back.
Well, we lost our last two, Washington and now Chicago. So we've lost our back-to-back mojo as well. But to me, it's just every team has something that you have to take away. Like, okay, here's the thing. And transition is one of those things you can key on. Remember the rage timeout Michael Malone had? It was either the third or the fourth quarter, and it was like nobody was back. They threw the ball all the way to the quarter, and this gets a basket, and you see Malone, and he's like, what the hell? Isn't there something that was on the whiteboard at halftime?
Talking specifically to Zeke.
I think to Zeke Naji, man. But it wasn't just him tonight, unfortunately. He didn't give up 31 fast break points. Denver just Playoffs are all about execution. Can you execute a game plan? This game plan shouldn't have been that hard. Don't let him get out on the break. Couldn't do it.
Well, the game plan also could have been slow down Coby White and Josh Giddey, who have been tremendous offensively. This is not a surprise, breakout performance for them. They've been going crazy. They just had a remarkable game where the game plan should have been, how do you slow those two guys down? If you do slow those two guys down, you get a win. Like, is it shocking at this point that teams are coming out and their guards are going berserk every single game?
Berserk, man. It really is. Yeah, it's definitely not a coincidence. I mean, that is exactly what's happening.
Bro, the Nuggets, I'm realizing the Nuggets have lost 2 games to the Wizards and 2 games to the Bulls.
Yeah. No, we suck.
What are we doing?
And
why's life got to be like this, man?
And defensively, it just was all game, not getting stops. I mean, shout out DeAndre Jordan. I thought that he actually was kind of rough tonight, but his stat line is awesome. Almost had a triple-double. But he's a 30, he's an old guy who's out here playing 70 minutes over the last 2 games. You got to just do your jobs. You can't count on the rim protection to always kind of take care of this for you. So that was rough, man. That was really rough. Coby White pretty good though, huh? 37 points.
Oh, what a great takeaway. Yeah, good for them.
Kale, do we have the clock up? I have no idea where our time is at.
We're at 11:30.
But really, this is my question. With Christian Brown and Peyton Watson, that's 2 guys. There was no resistance, at all. Do we just stop thinking of them as defenders and just do we accept that fate right now? Because we haven't seen it. And at some point, somebody's supposed to step up and say, I want to be the guy. Put me on him. I'm not saying to stop people completely, but there should be something that you can slow down, especially with how bad defensively the Nuggets have been all year. You want to talk about going on losing streaks in a skid? That's when you have a players only meeting. You probably need that right now for defense.
Right.
It doesn't even matter if you're winning or losing these games. If you're giving up as many points as the Nuggets have given up all season long, that should truly be the focus and what they're honing in on as we get down to the stretch. And we're not close to that.
Yeah.
Doesn't even get discussed.
No, I know. The one thing you can say tonight specifically is all right, there's a bunch of guys out there that we know for a fact have not played together in an organized basketball game
tonight
before.
Was very much a big night for first time ever on the court
First
together.
time ever. So you can excuse maybe some communication errors, maybe you expected this guy to have that. But it comes after a whole season of this. So it's, it's just, we're tired. We're tired, man. They didn't provide any resistance on the transition, and they didn't really have a way to deal with Josh Giddey, which is insane.
Well, Josh Giddey's been going off too, man. We never had that quadruple-double, near quadruple-double. Coby White's been going off too. They just clearly have a good vibe about them tonight. I thought Denver battled for parts. There were guys that I thought competed tonight, but at the end of the day, the execution. This is all about execution. Can you execute a defensive game plan? At the moment, it does not look like Denver is ready to do that. All right, let's take our first break. On the other side, I do want to get some positivity in here, including Peyton Watson, who dropped 24 points.
Talk about the
Let's
Avalanche.
talk about him. Yeah, maybe some other teams. We'll talk about that. We'll do that on the other side. First, let me tell you guys about Bet365, an official partner of the Denver Nuggets. Also, this time of year, man, March Madness. Everybody has the thing of bet underdogs. This was not the year to bet underdogs.
That was the official scheme, the official strategy put forth by DNVR, RK, and Dre, and it was a disaster.
It was a disaster.
Just an abject disaster.
But still
Super
fun.
chunky.
I still put a bet $5 on every single game,
Sure.
Because you have to have something of
Yeah.
who is it that I bet on here?
I had that strategy too, and then I was like, there's a lot of games.
Yeah, there are a lot of
$5
games.
is out
I
there.
picked Alabama. My team's still in it. Alabama's still going. Who'd you pick, Dev?
Duke.
What?
Duke.
Duke?
Did.
Who'd you take?
I didn't fill out a bracket.
Oh.
I'm going to take Duke.
Okay, there you go. Right now, new customers can get $150 in bonus bets when you bet $5, win or lose. You sign up, use the code DNVR365, deposit $10, place a bet of $5 to get $150 in bonus bets if you win your first bet. Actually, whether it wins or loses, what do you know? You can't miss out. Bonus bets can be used on the spread, totals, player props, futures, and more. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Must be 21 or older, physically located in Colorado. Please gamble responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER.
And friends, I'd like to tell you about a little product called HelloFresh. What is HelloFresh, you ask? With HelloFresh, you get farm fresh, pre-portioned ingredients and seasonal recipes delivered right to your doorstep. Skip trips to the grocery store and count on HelloFresh to make home cooking easy, fun, and affordable. That's why it's America's #1 meal kit. Are you tired of figuring out what's for dinner night after night, especially on those busy weekdays? Get dinner done the easy way, thanks to HelloFresh. When I get home, I'm like, what's for dinner? Microwave nachos, again. Not with HelloFresh, vegetables are going to become part of it. Their lineup of prep and bake meals come together with minimal mess and only 5 minutes of prep, so your oven does most of the work, not you. And I have had HelloFresh before. It teaches you, I say this every time, like if you're a young person, a young professional, somebody who's been coddled their whole life, like a Vogt, somebody like that, doesn't know how to cook. HelloFresh will teach you how to cook. You'll encounter words that you have not encountered before, like saute or baste, things like that. You don't even know what it means. Balsamic, yeah, dude. Ramekin, things like that.
Ramekin.
Mirin, it'll teach you all this kind of stuff. So let's see. So you can get up to 10 meals for free and a free high protein meal item for life at HelloFresh.com that's right,
for life
Nuggets 10 FM. That stands for 10 free meals. Nuggets 10 FM. One item per box with active subscription. Free meals applied at discount on the first box. New subscribers only. It varies by plan. That's up to 10 free HelloFresh meals. Just go to HelloFresh.com insert. So you go to hold on. It says insert show code. Is that so? You go to HelloFresh.com/Nuggets10FM.
There it is.
Okay. A little confusing. It is highly encouraged to use your own voice. Oh, that's also you're not supposed to read.
I'm Ron Burgundy. Hey, great job. Nailed it, man. We nailed it. By the way, Kale, in the chat, you laughed at the idea of Michael Malone watching the show. Promise you he does.
Yeah,
I was going to say, I don't know why he's...
I just put that too.
I know a lot of people both in the organization at all levels are very aware of what is said on the show. So take that for your... What they don't do...
Me and Adam know.
Yeah. So laugh at yourself, Kale, not at us. So we have some positivity, some sunshine and rainbows for you. I mean, it's going to be quick.
Oh.
Peyton Watson tonight really is one of the, maybe the most important player who has not quite proven enough for us to really go all in. Tonight was a night, man. 8 of 12 from him, 2 of 4 from the three-point line, 24 points, 6 rebounds, 4 block shots. Even though the defense was bad collectively, and he was a part of it, there were some blow-bys from him as well. He did clean up with 4 blocks, and more importantly, just making shots, man. He played 39 minutes tonight and was able to put up 24 points. 24 points is a lot of points.
This is the best game we've seen from PWat in a very long time. And if you want any silver linings, if you want to take any moral victories, if you want to turn this loser's lounge into a somewhat squinty winner's lounge, that's something that we've been waiting to see is PWat take a little bit of a leap, become a little bit more dynamic, a little bit more under control. I mean, the 4 blocks were massive. Mm-hmm. Each one of them, none of them were cheap. They were all very real. And he was giving a lot, on a team that had no defense, he actually provided some at times, even though he himself got blown by a couple of times by Josh Giddey, who apparently can't be contained. But his shot was falling. I mean, he just played a fully confident game.
He even had off the dribble pull-ups.
Yeah.
You know?
And a lot of that, it's you don't necessarily want him doing that all the time, but it's just the confidence above all else that you love to see out of a player like Peyton Watson heading to the playoffs, a guy we know we're going to have to count on more than we have all season and more than we have in his entire time here. And so it's cool, to see that. The rest of it, absolute garbage, throw it into the trash. But that was good, man. Seeing PWat play.
And also, by the way, real quick, Dev, he says, you don't want him see him doing that all the time, and I agree. But tonight, you needed it from him. And you needed it from anybody, and he had a couple plays where it was he created a bucket.
Yeah, I mean, he has supreme confidence, and he took what the defense gave him. This was a game that I was not smacking my lips when he took shots, like because he looked like he wanted to take the shots, did not second guess any of his decisions. That's what you need from a PWat. You need him to take the shots, take what the defense is giving him, stay aggressive, get downhill, knock down the 3-ball, finish in transition. Like, you got to see it all on display in this game. And I know I'm frustrated with what I seen from the defense. It wasn't Peyton Watson. Like, he had the effort there. He's blocking everything. Like, he's jumping at, shots that he's not supposed to. He tried to rally the troops. Like, I remember the play in the corner where he blocked it into the Nuggets bench and then, like, tries to get them, like, going. You're supposed to bring that energy if you're a bench guy. And, I mean, there's only so much one guy can do, but also he's a vocal leader on this team, even though he's so young, because they don't have the same type of confidence and swagger that he does on that. Like, he just is like a player that, like, he stands out in different ways. And I think it's because of how he's confident. And I got to see that in this game. 24 points. He doesn't score 24 points. It got to be like a high for him on the season. But I loved it. I loved every single part of it. I want other people to rally around him.
Yeah.
I mean, Christian Braun now has 6 24-point games this year, and he plays starters minutes. He plays with Jokic, plays starter minutes. His high is 28. So PWat to get 24 without Jokic on the floor, that's pretty impressive for a guy that we think he can guard. Like we keep talking about, Denver needs some guys that can defend. 8 of 12 is an efficient game with volume scoring, which is just really, really impressive and really, gives you a little bit of hope. The other positivity here, Jamal Murray tonight, 28 points, 5 rebounds, 7 assists, 1 steal, only 2 turnovers. He was a +1, goes 4 of 9 from 3. I think this was a tough game for him. Second night of a back-to-back, you're carrying a heavy load. And I thought he was great for 3 quarters. I do think he ran out of gas, though, in the fourth quarter. You kind of disagreed with this one. But there were a handful of possessions where he just got the ball out of his hand, not as in like, oh, he drew a double, so get it out, but as in like, there's still 7 minutes. Let somebody else do this. Let me hold on till the end. And then the game got out of control.
So I didn't think he had enough energy to bring them back, which is arguably not enough. But I mean, I don't think that he looks like he does, like he's out of shape or like he's not able to carry the load again. I mean, yeah.
But there's playoff shape. Here's why I'm bringing it up. Because the regular season, I think they're right. You pick your spots, whatever. Playoffs is like all 1.5 the energy of a regular season game.
Oh, for sure.
And then the fourth quarter is like where the game gets decided.
For sure.
So right now, that was why I brought it up. Is it's 2 games in a row. He was phenomenal for the first 3. 1 carried home by like managing it, and then this one got out of control and he couldn't bring him back in it.
Yeah, I mean, like, he's used to playing with a guy that he can, he's not used to having to fully orchestrate the offense every time. I mean, listen, like, yes, I wish that he was more dynamic as it went down the stretch, but I'm not worried about it. Like, and 28 points is nothing to sneeze at. Like, he did play a good game. It's hard for me to lay too much of this at his feet, but
I'm not laying it at his feet.
I just thought, to me, I'm like, okay, dope. This is 2 good Jamal games in a row. You pair that with Nikola Jokic and Aaron Gordon, you got something working for you. You pair it with, Russell Westbrook and, I don't know, Zeke Naji, like maybe he doesn't get the job done. Obviously when the Nuggets are shorthanded like they were tonight, the margin for error is incredibly thin. And the Nuggets played literally even with the Bulls for 3 quarters. I mean, they were dead tied through 3, and then it was just like that stretch, that terrible bench stretch where all of the bench ends up the game in the negative. Russ was leading the charge. MPJ was on the court. It was just like, you couldn't count on anybody to defend. Zeke was out there. It was just like, it just completely fell apart. And at that point, it was like, well, God damn it. Like, what do we do here? It was frustrating.
Jamal was like extremely tired, but I feel like he tried to will himself into this game. Second night of a back-to-back, he was looking very bouncy and wanting to try to rally, people around him. And you need that energy. You need that effort because you don't get that every single night with Jamal. There was also like no doubt that he was like, this is my team. This is my night that I'm going to try to score. 22 field goal attempts. You want that from from the second guy up. And if Jokic is out, it should be Jamal. So, like, this is not a game that you're frustrated with. 28 points, you'll take that every night of the week. And also, if other people who are also supposed to be stepping up in these games stepped up with them, you would have said this was a great Jamal game. If they win this game because someone else stepped up and he, wills them to this, we would say this is a great Jamal game. So I think you take this as a positive. And you hope that he continues to play with this type of swagger.
He is shooting the ball really well. He's getting he just has these possessions that look like peak Jamal.
Yep.
And he has a lot of them. And I think that's what's most encouraging. It didn't get the job done tonight, but we did see a lot of plays where you're like, oh man, that's going to work in the playoffs. That's his shot. That's where he goes.
Absolutely.
So there is reason for that. Is there one other positive figure that we could point to tonight? I don't think there is.
Hold on.
Actually, DeAndre Jordan.
Yeah.
Let's give a shout out. First of all, I'm kind of thankful he didn't get a triple-double.
I know.
Because I think people
It would
use
sort of
especially
devalue the triple-double.
10 points, 17 rebounds, 7 assists.
17 rebounds.
17 rebounds, near triple-double for the big man.
Dude, and this is not on him. Like, him having to play 30 minutes on the second night of a back-to-back at 36.
Elder abuse.
It's not right to put him through that. But, he didn't complain. He competed. He played hard the entire time. And also, he stopped Vooch from doing anything. Who's a very good player
except for shooting
in this
threes.
league. I mean, again, that's the limits. That's the limitations of putting him out there for that long. You knew that they were going to shoot the three ball, but also you knew that he was going to protect the paint. You knew that he was going to grab every single rebound and put so much pressure on the Bulls that they have to foul him the entire time, which then helps other people get to the free throw line, which helps them get into the bonus. On nights that they decide to go with the 3-guard lineups, the rebounding is a question. That's never a question when you have DeAndre Jordan. And you get more scoring opportunities when you could secure rebounds. You don't lose rebounding games when he's out there. So, it was great to see him play well. He was efficient, 4 of 6 from the field, grabbed every single rebound, running the offense, almost a triple-double. Like he said, it's crazy. But, yeah, I'm not going to be upset at DeAndre Jordan for just trying, and he's out there the entire time.
Well, especially after that Portland game where no one could get a rebound. It was extremely frustrating. You saw tonight, if it wasn't DeAndre, who else is going to grab a rebound? There was real yakety sax moments, real Keystone Cops out there, the Bulls getting 3-4 chances, and then of course ending in a 3 every single time. But yeah, DeAndre's great. He really is. It's a calming force. And I still can't believe how often and how high he gets up to finish those alley-oops that Jamal just kept feeding into him. Yeah, it was great. And it makes me feel confidently that they could call upon him in the playoffs if they need to.
That's a good point.
He's a steadying force, man.
Well, the one thing I'll say about him is that you have to play that deep drop coverage when he's out there, and that does teams can scheme and prepare for that. But to your point, everything else besides that looks like it could give you 6 minutes.
Totally. Yeah, for sure. It's you could
teams might know if DeAndre comes in, we're running high pick and roll because he's gonna not be able to step up.
And we could just foul him. And that could go ahead and end the pressure right there. But I just, it's been said before, but bears repeating, that man has kept himself in phenomenal shape.
Yeah, he really has.
He really is even though
to go from no minutes to 38 tonight, 31 tonight.
We were joking about
crazy.
you got to take him up, but he didn't look slow. He didn't look like he needed to come out.
I thought he looked tired in the fourth quarter.
I
think he looked dead tired.
But that's after
that's expected.
28 minutes. Yeah, it's very expected. But he played so well before that that you knew that was coming.
Let's take another break. On the other side, we have more bad. We got to talk about Michael Porter. We got to talk about Michael.
Why do we got to? Can we talk about fun stuff?
Positive. Segment 2 was positive.
What about did anyone see any good movies?
Segment 2 was positive. White Lotus was interesting the other day.
It was interesting.
It was pretty good.
Well, I don't know if it's positive.
But it was interesting. You watching, Dev?
No.
Dev's not watching a show called White Lotus.
You'd enjoy it. I'm telling you.
I'm gonna get there later.
I'm telling you.
He's just taking his time. That's all.
I'm a slow walker.
I think Dev would really like the two buddies at the bar seat.
I think so too.
I think he'd really love that one.
Come in, guys.
I'll get there soon.
Oh, it's me. Yeah, thinking. I was wondering what we were waiting on. Oh my God,
we're waiting on you.
You guys, you know what? It's Miller time here.
It was just Miller time in Adam's brain, but like in not a good way. Normally, it's good to have Miller time.
You guys know I'm a light beer drinker. That's what I like to go. I go for the beer with 96 calories, just 3.2 grams of carbs in every 12 ounces. Miller time, it's always a good time.
I would call you a heavy light beer drinker.
I am a heavy light beer drinker. I will say this though: favorite beers, campfire beer.
Sure.
That's probably it. That's probably my
What about
the
the soothing beer that I'm going to need to
out on the
make
back
me fall
porch
asleep tonight?
Yeah, that one's. I don't like that one. Out on the back porch though, on a summer day.
Oh,
you
come
know,
on, dude.
that's a top beer as well. Oh, it just sounds amazing. What about you, Dev? What's your favorite Miller Lite?
My favorite Miller Lite is with a lead.
Yeah,
It has a lead.
Oh, a little victory one?
Yeah,
like you're
yeah.
I was
counting
gonna
out?
say,
You know what?
I noticed you haven't been
That's a
drinking.
good one.
Dry summer.
If you guys are going, into the summertime, I do feel like these light beers, they're especially great in the summer when it's hot because they're so cool and refreshing and they don't fill you up. Just 96 calories, 3.2 grams of carbs for every 12 ounces. Great taste. Go to MillerLite.com/DNVR to find delivery options near you, or you can pick up some Miller Lite pretty much anywhere they sell beer. Tastes like Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 96 calories, 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces.
And guys, I got to tell you about Raising Cane's Underdog Challenge.
Woo! Oh, wow.
Are you aware of this? The Underdog Challenge is back for Raising Cane's. And when the odds get beaten, the chicken fingers will get eaten.
Oh.
That's not even there. I made that up.
Wow.
Just kidding. It's there. This March, Raising Cane's is giving away free box combos every time an underdog wins. Wow, we just talked about how no underdogs are winning, but we appreciate the spirit of this, though. Register for your chance to win one at raisingcanes.com/underdog challenge. No purchase necessary. Must be 18 or older. Ends 4/7/25. Rules on eligibility and how to enter at raisingcanes.com/underdog challenge. One love.
All right, there we go. We are back. Kel, I just sent you. Can you bring up what I just sent you here? Today, and this was very early, I think this was the Peyton Watson goaltend call. Michael Malone gave one of my all-time, maybe my single all-time favorite face. I really did love it. I want to bring it up. I want to see, because I think we should do a scowl challenge here. See who can come up with it. Look at Michael Malone, master of many faces. He has good delivery on jokes.
Yeah.
You know, he's a great storyteller.
Truly.
He's a very good face maker.
You know what it is? He just feels things deeply.
He really does feel them deeply. Look at that face. Little side eye to the side. He has that ability to make the frown so easily, you know? His face is literally a half circle.
How does he get his mouth to be sad like
because if you'll notice, he has two patches on his beard that are dark, and so it
really helps.
It really makes the frown look like it goes all the way to the bottom of his mouth.
It really is.
His chin.
All right, Kale, close up on D-line here. Can we give a close up? We got to give your best frown.
You could have had me during the entire watch along like this.
All right, that's not bad. I'd say that's a 2 out of 10.
What the hell?
Dev, go close up on Dev here. What do we got? That's pretty damn good.
Pretty good.
That's actually a really good. Look at that. I think he's going to win.
To be fair
Can I throw my hat into the ring?
All right,
here?
go ahead for it, Kale. Can you put yourself on? What do you got?
Oh,
that's all right.
Dude.
That's all right. That looks like De Niro.
Well, he's doing the De Niro head.
That's what he's doing.
Doing the De Niro
I
head.
invited you to my house.
Michael Malone, first team all face maker. Let's go to the bat again, guys. We got to circle back and talk about this game, and it might be the worst of it all.
What?
I said on the pregame show, which we highly recommend everybody watch. On the pregame show, we talked about one thing I'm noticing. That the guys who have struggled the most over these non-Jokic games have been Christian Brown, who has great chemistry with Jokic, Michael Porter Jr., and a little bit Russell Westbrook. And it makes you think, like, those guys, this isn't even a bad thing. It's good to be good with Jokic when you're on Jokic's team. That's actually a good thing. But I'm watching Michael Porter right now go 1 of 10 and just not make an impact on the scoring here. And I go, man, are those two things connected, in your opinion, Dev?
They're absolutely connected. And, I mean, I think it takes some time, but also they've had opportunities to expand their game and grow their game because Jokic, while he's dependent on him, he also is setting you up to be able to create for yourself. So at this time, they should have learned how to move without the ball, find open gaps, put the ball on the floor and score, because it's not like it's you just throw it to the post. We've seen that with other teams. Quentin Grimes with the Sixers. Tyrese Maxey and Embiid goes out, you would expect them to just pass it the entire time. Like, no, I'm going to expand my game. I'm going to be able to show you why I got here. Aaron Gordon, who has the best chemistry with Jokic, he's like, no, I'm going to still, like, I'm working on different parts of my game. I'm going to still be able to be. It's frustrating to see them be so dependent on Jokic when their game should not be. Michael Porter Jr. taking 3-pointers should not be you only have to have this much spacing, especially because of the way that he shoots it. It's step backs and contested threes. But like he's now seeing so many fall and not go in a row that he's like not taking them the same way right now.
And he had that one where he passed it up when he clearly should have shot it. So he got the ball in the next possession, not open, and just shot it. And it's like, no.
No, but like he's really indecisive. I don't even know if it's a confidence thing. It's just indecisive because he's like, I've seen so many, fall, like not go in right now. So, I mean, he's been bad right now. He's been bad, and he's taken a lot of shots, which is a good thing. But it's like those are not the shots that the Nuggets need. Get to your shots.
And again, he's held to a higher standard. He had 17 points, which is not nothing, or 16, or whatever he had. But he's held to a higher standard, man. Like, we need him to shoot better. We need him.
He was the fourth leading scorer. Come on. You can be critical. I think the fourth leading scorer is like...
Oh, no, but I'm trying to be fair before I'm deeply unfair.
Okay. I'm
just saying he did score some points. That happened. That was true. No one can take that away from him. Not good enough, man. Not good enough. Not impactful enough. Not enough, especially on a night like tonight. Again, you look at the payroll, you look at the output, there should be a correlation between those two. It makes everyone crazy. It's not always the case, but with Michael Porter Jr., it is, man. We need this out of him. We need him to do it. Like, he's supposed to be our X factor. He is at many times. He's just like not reliable.
Particularly from three. Like that's the one thing you think he'd be most reliable on is your 3-point shots. And he had some great ones. And they were always in big moments too, where it felt like big. Like you hit that, the momentum shifts. And he just couldn't come up with them tonight.
He's just like he's hardwired to pump fake on his first shot. Like when he gets a three, he never goes up. He goes, and then he steps to the side and goes,
he loves his side steps.
And a lot of times people are asking for them to run plays for him or to put the ball in his hands and let him go, let him be free. Tonight they allowed that. They've been trying to give opportunities to say, keep shooting. Shoot the 3-ball. We're going to put you in a stagger with the bench unit so that like they could put the offense in your hand. And he's still not producing. The Nuggets lost by 10. He was a -22, and it wasn't close. No one else was even near that. Russell Westbrook was a -11, but
doubled it.
-22. That's like with the starters and the bench. He did not play well today.
No, he did not play well tonight. The other guy who I thought struggled was Russell Westbrook. Again, had moments of good stuff. Dude. 14 points, 5 rebounds, 10 assists. So he fills up the stat sheet. 5 turnovers, and just Russ's bad plays, man, are loud. And then I will say in his defense, he was given that absurd lineup tonight.
Ridiculous lineup.
A ridiculous lineup of Pickett, CB, Zeke, and Vlatko. And I got to be honest, man, I don't know what the point is of putting Pickett out there. I guess it's a floor spacer. He's effectively playing a corner shooter in that lineup because you're going to go through Russ. But Russ, we were joking on the watch along when you saw that lineup roll out. Like, oh, Russ ain't passing. He took like 3 shots in a row. You're like, yeah, he's not passing to those guys. There's no way he's like Vlatko, Zeke. Here, let me swing it and let you guys create.
He actually decided to not pass it to Vlatko. Went out of his way. And it's been, I didn't see last game, but the game before that, they had their moment where they're like talking to each other because they don't seem to be on the same page. And also, Russell Westbrook's turnovers. It's not even the fact that he's turning them over. It's the type of turnovers that you're like, what was even the plan there? Yeah. Like he had one that he just threw a bullet out of. 2 of them he just threw bullets out of bounds on the drive. One was like a bounce pass that went through the lane with 0 people around. But it's like the timing of it, how loud it looks, and it's like you don't have to make that pass every time. And I think the defense is now playing into everything with Russell Westbrook. It feels like chess at all times with him, that they're like, you need to take that. And he's like, yeah, bet I'm going to take it. But they're like, I'm okay with that because we know you're going to give it back at different times. So I do think there's a lot of like Russell Westbrook seeing the guys around him saying, this is what I have to do. And then he pushes that limit. But I do think that at times it makes it difficult for him of, am I going to score the entire time or are they going to put me in a position to pass? Because stat-wise, pretty good game. He had a double-double, 14 points, 10 assists. But it's the turnovers and it's the timing and then it's the bad fouls. Like it's just a lot of the timing that I don't like.
Yeah. Really tough one. Is it possible the most important thing to come out of this game, though, is just Peyton Watson's good play?
Listen,
like that the
that's
good
the
is
thing.
actually more important.
That is the brutal thing about what we are currently involved in. We are in a mini purgatory. The Nuggets are not going to be at their best without Nikola Jokic and without Aaron Gordon. It's just simply not going to happen. You're going to get sweet little treats every now and again where you beat a team that you're not expecting, Houston Rockets, Golden State Warriors. But really, if we go into the playoffs with this lineup, we're cooked. Yeah. It's the end. There's nothing to be, even they could turn up their defensive intensity. They could do whatever they want. It's not going to happen. So you have to take little victories from a night like tonight if you want to stay sane and continue on. And you look at Peyton Watson, him having that much confidence in his game tonight as like a real thing that you can take away from this. So I'm going to take that away. Hey, it was a win. We won.
I'll give you some more reasons that you should feel okay is that everyone else lost tonight. Okay. Literally every team from in the West 2 through 9 is on a losing streak at the moment. Every single team in the West.
March is
they all win together and lose together. Have you noticed this?
It's the fraternity of the West.
Yeah, it really is. Such a brotherhood, man.
Such a brotherhood.
The band of brothers. Do we have a vote from the arena? Why don't we bring them on in?
Are we sure votes at the arena?
Oh man, voting time. There. That's why. Brennan, vote. You were close up, man.
Now this doesn't help his case. Are we sure?
He's not at the game. He's not.
I did hear you guys make that joke right before it came on. We are in the opposing media room. There's a very big and loud cultural celebration happening. No complaints there. On the
wow, you really said that with seething disdain there.
No,
really?
No,
what is it you have against the culture?
What culture exactly?
Wow.
They have 4 white guys starting at the same time.
There's lots more cultures, Dev. Maybe he meant the didgeridoo got broken out.
Yeah.
Josh Giddey is good and down.
Australian heritage.
I am not complaining. No complaints. Yeah. I'm just letting you guys know I'm in the arena, and I have found a separate room here in the bowels of Ball Arena.
All right. Well, real quick.
You guys want to hear the notes?
Yeah, just give us the notes.
No.
Whatever. Just speed through them. We're down bad.
Cool. Yeah.
This game sucked.
Just put a pin in that, buddy. We'll talk. Yeah, we'll talk about it later. Okay. Well, we heard from Michael Malone, who did not chalk this one up to effort. He thought the guys played hard, played well. Played hard, but the execution in the transition defense and some of the same stuff that they've talked about all year and stuff that they knew this team was good at. They just killed them, Malone said, all night while running, which is something they knew was going to happen. But it happened anyway. So Malone wasn't too furious with this one, guys, but I think he was really frustrated with that particular aspect of it. He thought guys battled well. He thought Jamal Murray played his tail off. And they needed some other guys to step up and make some shots. Mike, he didn't say that. I'm saying it. And he said, obviously, that didn't happen tonight, which does happen sometimes. So he liked the way they fought, but not the execution there on the transition defense. We heard from Jamal Murray, and I asked him if there was anything that he would boil this game down to. What would it be? He said transition defense. And he said it was really frustrating because they knew that going into the game. That's the scouting report. The coaches told them. And he said it was on him too. He says it's on me too, right? But guys just being late to get back, even though we know that's the thing that's happening. Not knowing sort of tendencies in personnel. Me just not being in a stance while Giddey's coming full transition because I think he's going to pass and then he just lays it in. So he said that stuff was sort of unacceptable and ultimately like why they lost. He thought they played hard. He thought they played really hard, but that was really frustrating for him. And he did say like that was something he wants the team to get better at here before the playoffs start is just sort of identifying what it is that teams are good at, which has been identified for them, but actually execute right on the proper game plan. And obviously That didn't happen tonight. So that was really frustrating for Murray. Asked him about Porter, 1 of 10 from 3. I said, is there a limit where you want a guy to stop shooting? He said no. He said, Porter is one of the best shooters I have ever seen. I don't think about that when I'm on the floor. I don't think about what he's shooting or not shooting. If he's open, I'll pass him the ball. And he says he'll probably hit all of his shots next time. But honestly, guys, this is not, for me, the Porter thing is an extension of something that's happened since his injury and coming back from the All-Star break. So it's not just about this one game or the March result or Jokic or not. Porter's got to hit his threes, man. That is why he is here. And if he doesn't do it in the postseason, we know how that will go. Obviously, it cost them tonight. But Murray does want to see better communication from the fellas on the little things, particularly the strengths of their opponent. Peyton Watson was feeling confident, fellas, after a good game. He attributed it to more opportunity, and he said he felt like he's able to do some really good things for this team on the break as a transition facilitator. He thinks he's a really, really good facilitator, particularly with the ball in his hands. So that's an area of emphasis for him. He wants to get more confident in his ball handling. He wants to be a better rebounder so that he can have that ball in his hands more and start the break. He says he knows how good the Nuggets can be in half court with Jokic and Jamal, but that can't just be all of it. So that's one way he's identified that he can help. He's really confident right now shooting that corner 3, but he said, I actually think I'm a good shooter all around. So I'm just going to keep working and keep getting better in that department. Lastly, he said he feels like he's moving much better now. Didn't want to make excuses for where he was at before, but he feels like he's conditioned really well. And he has that big brace off, which he said was really hindering him. And he feels like now he's able to move a little more freely, feels like himself out there. So Peyton really wanting to have the ball in his hands on the fast break where he feels like he can be helpful here. And he's feeling, I think, much better physically and much more confident now, despite obviously what he acknowledged was not the result the team wanted.
Yeah. I don't know if I agree that I want him on the break. To be honest.
I was going to say,
I love the exuberance.
Yeah, there was a lot of confidence in that post-game presser. Yeah. I don't know if He's
PWat coming off really confident after losing to the Bulls. But I love it.
Well,
no. To be clear,
lose to the Bulls.
Yeah, and also he's answering questions, right? So the questions to Peyton were more about his individual success despite the team losses. So I don't blame him for that at all. But yeah, Peyton is a confident guy. Peyton wants more opportunity. Peyton wants the ball in his hands, and
love it.
Tonight a career high for him. So well done, Peyton. Even though ultimately field goal and loss.
How many Bulls fans were there tonight? Was it pretty Bulls heavy? They're always there.
It was Bulls heavy, and you could tell at the end of the game when you could hear Coby White and Chicago Bulls chants, which is always a bummer on the home floor.
It's always Chicago. So. It's the random place, man. It's just Chicago. They've all fled. It's a bummer. All right, Vogt, get home.
Yeah, get home from the arena.
The curtain falls. My Xbox is on behind me.
Let me check. Oh, yep. Vogt is on PlayStation Live right now.
All right, fellas. I'll see you
later. Why don't we have time for just a quick? Or how many super chats we got, Kel?
12.
All right, let's go a little quick around the association.
That's a loser amount.
That is a loser. That's the lowest of the year. My God, we got to go around the association.
Oh boy, man! There's one game still going on.
I know. We might get to it last.
My bad. I was
just frozen in real time.
I wanted to go to the ones that mattered. I
was like, is the camera frozen? No, Dev is frozen.
Dev's not moving.
My bad.
Dev's sleeping.
Poor Dev, man. Dev has to work a real job.
Like what? So the first game up is the Orlando Magic get a win.
My Orlando Magic?
118-106.
What loser squad did they beat? That's such a big margin of victory. Must have been a trash team from the bottom of the standings, right?
Absolutely. The Lakers.
Get the hell out of here.
Oh, yeah, we lost, but so did they.
118-106. LeBron came back. What do you think has been happening since?
He's been losing.
He did. He had 24 points in it, 9 of 18, but he was a minus 17 in the game. Luka, 9 of 23, so not efficient. He had 32 points. He had a very hot start to this game, but it was just not enough. Because on the other side, Franz Wagner had 32 points. Ben Carroll had 30 points.
Incredible.
They're together with, now they're both playing well at the exact same time. that was a much needed loss for the Nuggets, honestly.
It was a much needed loss just for my personal. The Nuggets are fine. I needed that. You know what I mean? I needed to look down on another franchise tonight, and I mean I'm just looking at them. We're both down.
Yeah. Next game that we have up. This one does not matter, but it matters a little bit. The Dallas Mavericks win 120 to 101 over the Brooklyn Nets.
I'm telling you, AD comes back. I'm telling you, man.
Do you really want to be on this Nico is right trade?
No. Well, he was not right. No chance he was right. I mean, like, no. Long outlook, the worst decision you could ever possibly make. But I swear to God, Anthony Davis and Kyrie Irving would be nasty together.
And yeah. I mean, Spencer Dinwiddie,
he did his best Kyrie,
16 points, 12 assists. Anthony Davis played 26 minutes. They said that he would be limited to 28 minutes. So
they did it.
He's
mission
back.
Accomplished. Yeah,
he's back, but he's playing under. They have Kai Jones at the starting center spot,
I know,
and I feel like he has bounced around.
He has
every single team.
He's so athletic.
That's the thing. He's like so gifted,
so strong, so high. He's good. All right, so we have a battle, man. Phoenix Suns and Dallas Mavericks. It's going to be a battle for that 10 seed now. Ooh. Sacramento Kings, too, to be honest.
Dude, and both of those teams are playing well all of a sudden.
The good thing is Sacramento Kings lost. Not even good. It doesn't really matter.
It doesn't matter. What do we care?
But the Boston Celtics won 95-113.
Good for them.
Over the Kings. Sabonis did come back for this game. He has 16 points, 17 rebounds, so a monster stat line. But they still lost. Jason Tatum got hurt in this game. Twisted ankle, so did not finish. They've already been playing without Jaylen Brown. Today he came back. Not a great game for him, only 9 points. But it was Peyton Pritchard that did it all for them.
Really?
22 points. Yeah,
Peyton
22 points for them.
man.
18 shot attempts.
It's offensive that Peyton Pritchard can be good like this. It's offensive.
So tiny little guy. He's so quick, though.
It's offensive.
He's good. And then right now we see a battle between the Phoenix Suns. They're up against the Bucks right now. It's
game
a
tied with
fight.
10.7 seconds left.
Bit of a rock fight right here, man. Game tied. Unbelievable.
Yep.
Can we just watch along the game?
We'll just see what happens.
And then also Minnesota Timberwolves lost 119-103 to the Pacers.
Dude, what the hell?
Everybody lost. It is
Everyone beats the Timberwolves.
It always works this way where it's like Nuggets are on a 6-game win streak, but they've made up no ground because so is everyone else.
It's so true.
And now Nuggets drop one, and it's like, oh, well, so did everybody else.
It really is. Like the West is on or off, and that's it. Like,
the only two settings.
We're off, baby. We're off, which means I don't like the Phoenix Suns' chances here.
I want them to stay. I want them to stay off, and the Nuggets start winning.
Man, Minnesota is like this team I keep buying because I think they're great, but they are the 8 seed.
Dude, and they cannot beat anyone except for the Nuggets. And they bludgeon the Nuggets, and they ruin our lives. It doesn't even make any sense.
They really do. Okay, here we go. We're counting down this last 10 seconds. KD has the ball up against Giannis. This is just like, oh, man.
Oh, he fouled him? Is that in the bonus?
I don't know. I can never tell with these things.
No, not in the
bonus.
bonus.
Does not appear to be in the bonus. Okay, they had a foul to give. Ooh. This kind of reminds you of that series. Yeah. Milwaukee versus Brooklyn.
I'll tell you right now that they're going to hit this.
You think so?
Yeah, Suns are
How physical you're allowed to be.
Ooh.
Oh, man. I guess this is a little bit. All right, let's get to our super chats. What do we have here?
You want me to read?
Josh Bonnet from Down Under. I can do it.
All right.
Super sticker, a bin chicken fighting a raccoon.
for a leftover chicken nugget.
That is exactly what happened. Big Honey says, last 11 games, lost, win, lost, win, lost, win, lost, win, lost, win.
What are we doing here? There's a lot of L's.
There's a lot of L's, almost as many dubs. It's just, we can't get a rhythm, man.
I got to be honest, the Nuggets have sucked for like a month. They've been not fun for a solid while. But then they get the like little pieces of fun in between. It's like
just little taste.
You're just like, man, this team is trash. I'm not going to pay attention to them anymore.
They've had some good ones. The Thunder win was good.
I know, but
the Warriors
then I'm
win
saying,
without
and then
Murray
you have a game here like, oh,
Rockets
this team's incredible. We're going to win the championship. Everything's great, and it's just,
you know where we are.
Purgatory.
We're in purgatory.
We're in purgatory.
We're in that late season purgatory.
Such purgatory.
One might call it the frog days.
Oh, man, it is the frog days.
We're in the frog days of the NBA,
dude. The truth is the dog days of the NBA are just the entire regular season.
I know.
Now.
On opening day, you should be like, the dog days have started.
There's opening day, Christmas, and then the rest is the dog days.
Do you remember Christmas? That was goddamn years ago.
That was 10 years ago. That's when
Remember
it was.
I was wearing a funny little hat?
Yeah,
we won.
Yeah. Oh, here it is again. All right, we can count it down. Ball goes into Grace. Oh, no, the Devin Booker who drives, gets his separation. Wide open shot, and he rinses it. That was really nice, man. That was a nice.
Wide open.
Why was
be
he
a game
that
winner.
open, though?
Why was he that
1.7
open?
seconds left for Milwaukee. He'll get a timeout.
I told you they were hitting that.
He did. You said it, man. Diz says the Nuggets lost. I'm so excited to bitch and moan. I can't. Dang it! Write the report, Kale.
Yeah.
Really?
No, you can't say moan.
Oh, okay. In the DNVR chat, I do like that you're so excited to piss and moan. Maddox says Coby White got away with a push off on every drive.
I mean, you're not wrong.
But also, he weighs like nothing. You should not. Oh my God, $5,000 super chat.
This is unfortunately Argentinian pesos,
which
so
is
that translates to roughly $4.65.
All right, $4.65.
Love it. Yeah, let's go. We'll take 5,000 of anything. It doesn't matter what it is.
Trillionaire.
Benicio Marquez says, guys, it's really not that terrible. The team fought. Second night of back-to-back with no Nikola Jokic. I trusted the Nuggets in the postseason.
My God.
But if they're awful, let Westbrook go and bring Facu back next year. All the Nuggets are maybe good enough.
I'm not gonna lie, he got us in the first.
He got us in the first half there. Bring back Facu, baby. Rob Stennett says, my wife gets exhausted when I complain about the Nuggets. Venting with the fellas is saving my marriage.
No, you
Y'all
gotta-
the best. P.S. Love Jamal Murray's game tonight.
Yeah, no, your wife does not care about Russell Westbrook's inconsistent passing. She does not want to hear that.
It is that meme, though, you know, in the bar
Yeah.
talking.
Yeah,
the
your
girl's like, I
wife's
do
just
not
like,
care.
oh. But then she tells you about the Kardashians. So it's like,
and then you just go
fair.
like, really? So they broke
my
up again?
gosh.
Oh my God. Brooke Lopez baseline fall away. Oh, he almost got it.
Dang.
Toxic Smugulinity says, good news. Jamal still looked pretty good. Bad news. No one else could execute on offense or defense. Is Mike shook or hurt?
He's sure.
I think he might be shook. Short.
Sure.
Amin says, I'm happy with the effort tonight, but I want more from the role players. Jamal was struggling to breathe. Someone else make a play. CB, PWat, crash O boards.
I know. They did crash O boards, but while you're crashing O boards,
up
grab the fucking ball. The fudging.
Write the report, Kel.
That son of a biscuit. I thought we were in overtime. Grab grab the fudging rock.
Amin says, Mike was off tonight, but as soon as Russ subbed in for him in the fourth quarter, Bulls fully loaded up on Jamal. Nobody guarding CB, Watson, Russ. Need Mike. It is true. Mike just has to be on the floor. But he's got to make threes. 5-5-5-5-5-ish. Wednesday should be the day. 543-35 down. Only 11 minutes, 25 seconds till 5-5-5.
He played 13 minutes tonight.
It isn't meant to be in a loss. At least I hope so. Very nice to see PWat play well. Man, so 11 minutes. How many did he play tonight? He
13.
played 12, 13. I think it is happening Wednesday. Peter Morton said, unless Yoke's back, in which case it's definitely not happening.
I'll take
and
that.
it might not. DeAndre playing well, it might not happen now. Dude, we're so close. It might not happen.
Zeke might get set down to the Grand Rapids goal, dude.
Peter Morton says, Mike is 30% from three since the All-Star break. Can't dribble, can't shoot, can't defend. On a max contract. Trade MPJ for defensive role players equals 3 championships.
3 of them.
All right. Druid Trading says non-Jokic MPJ 22 games, 44, 29, 70 splits, 15 points per game. Def.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds like you're saying he sucks without Jokic, and I agree. Peter Duck says, all the Nuggets are good. Hurts to lose, but I know I saw bright
There we
spots.
go. That
There we
was
go.
a bona fide
Full-on
positive. A bona fide.
But that said, all the Nuggets are good.
All the Nuggets
Okay.
are well.
So what? It was a lie. It doesn't mean it wasn't positive.
Wilson the Ghost says, love you guys, even though the losers loud sucks.
Yeah.
It's the worst, Wilson. It does suck,
Wait,
man.
is that positive or negative?
That's positive.
Okay.
Carrot Hammer says, I'll add one. Still have faith in this team.
Okay.
Let them get healthy.
Yep.
Get the band back together.
telling you, timing is
everything. And timing may be on
I
our
said
side.
this, and
Heart
I believe
hands.
this. I believe this. We are going to get together and get going in the right direction at the right time, peaking at the right time, going into the playoffs. It's going to be beautiful.
Yeah, peaking. Mr. Exquisite Nugget says, hope this roller coaster ride ends with the chip. Fingers crossed. Championship. Sad face emoji.
I mean,
Or distressed emoji.
yeah.
Super Dope Hip Hop says, MPJ the yoke merchant some pretend Maul is. Since 2020 season, MPJ without Jokic. Man, we got the exact same stats. So 2 people looked up the exact same stats. We're down so bad.
We're stat diving.
We're stat diving. Yes, you're right. 44, 27, 71 versus 50, 42, 80 with
brother,
you.
like, well, some people that's their default move. But if I'm really struggling to really make my point,
Outro music, Hill.
At a certain point, that's when I'll hit the stats.
Yeah.
I'm like, I gotta make this.
Yeah, it is tough. Well, Losers Lounge do suck. They sucked for us too. But you know what? We did it. We got through it. We suffered together. And Kale, we didn't even have to go to overtime. Everybody hit that like button on the way out. See you tomorrow.
Fire it down.
Fire it down.
We all silly like the mayor.